With an Olympic berth on the line, a country with 400,000 people nearly beat the number 2 team in the world. While the Bahamas weren't able to hold off Spain, they proved to be on the rise as a basketball nation. In today's video, I'm going to explain how the Bahamas came onto the global basketball stage and why their future is extremely bright. Before we get into it, make sure to leave a like on this video and subscribe. I'm trying to hit 2,000 subscribers before next season, and your support goes a long way. With all that being said, let's get into the video. While basketball has been popular in the Bahamas for a long time, their national team has found little success on the international level. They've competed in smaller tournaments, but they've never qualified for the FIBA World Cup or the Olympics. However, they've started to produce more NBA talent as of late, and these guys have made it a priority to represent their country. The first player to do this was Buddy Hield. Hield lived in the Bahamas before moving to the US in high school. He went on to play 4 years at Oklahoma, and in his final season he exploded onto the scene. As a senior, Hield averaged 25 points per game, and the Pelicans took him 6th in the 2016 draft. While he didn't become a star in the league, he's averaged over 15 points and shot 40% from 3 over his 8 seasons. He's had a successful NBA career, and through it all he's stayed loyal to the Bahamas. Despite their limited success, Hield has played with his national team for over 10 years. He could have spent his off seasons recovering or training with his NBA team, but instead he chose to play for his country. Over the years, the Bahamas have brought in more NBA prestige. 6 years ago, they hired an assistant with Golden State to be their head coach, and 2 years ago, they hired a scout from the Rockets as their director of operations. With more NBA representation, they've been able to connect with and recruit more players. Their biggest recruit thus far has been DeAndre Ayton. Like Hield, Ayton spent his early life in the Bahamas before moving to the US in high school. Ayton ended up going one and done in Arizona and was taken first overall in the 2018 draft. He has career averages of 16 points and 10 rebounds, and he nearly won a ring with Phoenix back in 2021. Ayton committed to the national team last summer and was joined by fellow NBA player Eric Gordon. Gordon has lived in the United States his whole life, but his mom was born in the Bahamas. Gordon has played in the NBA for 16 years, and he offers this team plenty of experience. While it's nice to have NBA talent on your national team, it's even better when their play styles complement one another. As I've mentioned, their head coach has been an assistant with Golden State since 2016, and he's tried to implement a similar style of play with the national team. Just like Golden State, the Bahamas play at a fast pace and get up plenty of threes. This system is great for Buddy Hield and Eric Gordon, who have had long NBA careers because of their three-point shooting. Then you have Ayton, who can post up and score around the basket, which pairs nicely with Hield and Gordon. Because those two draw so much attention as shooters, Ayton can roll hard to the rim and get set up for easy finishes. In addition to their 3 NBA players, the Bahamas have aggressive defenders like Franco Miller, Travis Munnings, and VJ Edgecombe, who force turnovers and run the floor. Both Miller and Munnings played Division I basketball, and Edgecombe is a projected top 5 pick in the 2025 draft. Edgecombe is 6'5" with a 6'9" wingspan, and I see shades of Andrew Wiggins in his game. While Wiggins is a few inches taller at 6'7", Edgecombe is only 18 and may still be growing. He's already a great athlete, he's able to anticipate plays on defense, and the potential is there offensively. His handle and playmaking skills need work, but he's a threat around the basket and the jumper looks nice. I also love the passion and energy he plays with. Edgecombe can make something out of nothing simply because he doesn't give up on plays. For someone his size, he does a great job of crashing the offensive boards, and he doesn't get dejected when something doesn't go his way on the court. He's a really exciting prospect, and he'll be someone to keep an eye on at Baylor this season. While I was impressed with the Bahamas and their push for the Olympics, they will need to address the point guard position going forward. This team is at their best when they're running the floor off a steal or rebound, but they're not as effective in the half court. While Hield and Gordon are fine passers, they aren't natural point guards that are used to running an offense. One of the main reasons the Bahamas lost to Spain was because they weren't consistently getting good looks. Spain was taking care of the ball and executing on offense, which limited the Bahamas' fast break opportunities and forced them to regularly go up against a set defense. This gave them trouble, and they scored just 78 points as a result. The Bahamas do have room for growth, but they already have a talented team, and they may be able to add more NBA players in the future. Kai Jones, Naz Reid, and Isaiah Mobley have either played with the team in the past or shown interest in joining in the future. Above everyone though, their dream recruit would be Evan Mobley. Mobley is just 23 years old and he's already one of the best defenders in the NBA. He's also someone who can run the floor, and given that he's played next to an inside scoring center in Jared Allen, I could see him fitting well with DeAndre Ayton. The issue with Mobley is that he may choose to join Team USA instead. USA's best bigs are Embiid and Anthony Davis, but they're both in their 30s now. Going forward, they still have options like Bam Adebayo, Jaren Jackson, or Chet Holmgren, but Mobley will have a chance to make the team in the future. While it would be great if Mobley played for the Bahamas, they're on the rise as a basketball nation regardless. I've discussed the talent they have, but on top of that, the NBA is doing a great job of promoting the sport globally. Last month, the NBA worked with the Bahamas Basketball Federation to host a camp for kids in the country. DeAndre Ayton was present at the camp, and when asked about its significance, he said, "I really want them to understand that basketball can really do a lot for you and your family. I need them to understand that this is just not a sport. This thing is really important if you really take it seriously, and you start from now because this is the age I started at." For the kids, players like Ayton will inspire them to pursue basketball, which will lead to more basketball talent coming out of the Bahamas. Since 2016, we've seen 6 Bahamian players drafted into the NBA. Prior to that, only 5 had ever made the league. The popularity of the sport is rising, and even if that doesn't lead to a huge spike in Bahamian NBA talent, they should continue to produce NBA players at the same rate as recent years. If that's the case, this will be a deep, young, exciting team come the 2027 FIBA World Cup and 2028 Olympics. The Bahamas may not be on the radar of basketball fans now, but they're committed to developing their program, and they're going to make noise on the international stage in the coming years. Anyways, that's going to be all for today's video. Make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and leave your thoughts down in the comments section below. With all of that being said, I'm out, and I'll see you in the next video.